Hello traders, welcome to GTraderPro's weekend futures breakdown, and I'm Gil with GTraderPro, and we're going to take a look here, close out the week, take a look at what we said on last Sunday's post, take a look at how the week played out in the four indices, gold, crude, what have you, and of course, as always, take a look at the upcoming week and get you set up for the new week. So let's just start off here with, we'll take a look at the Nasdaq. Now, this past weekend when we posted, we talked about the incoming week on Monday. This is a 1 hour chart that we're taking a look at here, and here is Monday's session. So where we left off last weekend, we talked about having completed going into the 4th of July, the 23,080 and 23,120 levels. We had talked specifically in last weekend's video about these two particular levels here. We can see, and we expected rejection. We expected a decline coming into the early part of the week on Monday, as I said in last weekend's video. And we did. So we gapped down and we had a beautiful continuation move to the downside. We talked about getting long here with our group at GTraderPro in our Discord community. We were looking for long trades on Monday. We had a beautiful decline, and indeed we firmed up here. We went long, and as I talked about in last weekend's video for the Nasdaq, they would simply pull back. It was going to be an early week pullback for then the market to go and rally once again and likely make new all-time highs and test this once again, test this important area of 23,080 to 23,120. And once again, we can see on Wednesday that the market jumped right up nicely off of Monday's lows, continued on up, and once again, indeed, tested this critical price area. These are new all-time high levels that we've been able to determine as critical. They block something very important to the upside and act as resistance. So here on Wednesday, the market pulled back. We shorted the market here on Wednesday in our live room. We also shorted the market here on Thursday as well, expecting that this was a top that was put in last week, and then the market would have a sideways to multi-day decline, which is still underway. So this was beautiful. We had some nice two-sided trading during the course of the week for our traders. Again, beautiful support and beautiful resistance. Nice pullback, opportunity to get long, and then break out beautifully, and then put in this top, as we said during the course of the week. And we said that these highs would not likely be taken out during the course of the week, that the market needed to respond, and it is responding. We do expect further into early this week. So the pullback is not over. We're expecting, once again, some downside very nearby, but very quickly, perhaps Sunday night, early Monday, we'll see the 870 level tested once again, perhaps a little bit lower, 870 down to 845, which has been very instrumental for us. This area will get retested early in the week. We may finally get back down to 802, 804 area. And lastly, I'll be looking for any completion on this pullback down to between 802 and 726. This will be potential buying territory here, at least during a intraday period, intraday session. We'll expect some bounce and some response out of here. Overall, the big picture in the indices, and specifically the Nasdaq, is still bullish. Longer term, deeper into the summer, we'll take out these highs and continue on higher. But for intraday traders, once again, we're going to be looking for early in the week, Sunday, Monday, we're going to be looking for declines. If we get opportunities to get short, as we did on Friday, we'll take advantage of the short positions, and we'll be looking for the declines before we potentially here, once again, look for areas to get long. So there's a quick look at what we expect coming in to the week. But last week's forecast was beautifully just spot on for the Nasdaq to pull back off of here, and then once again rally back up to that same area. So there's a very important range. Stay tuned, and we'll talk more about that in just a little bit. Over to the ES, same basic setup. So coming into last weekend, when we posted last weekend, we talked about a pullback off of, once again, that level that we made that new all-time high at. We said there was going to be a pullback, and that any test of 62.63 to 62.48 was going to be critical. We made that test on Monday. We got long. We bought the market with our live trade group. We went long at these levels, had a beautiful advance, and as I said last weekend, we would re-advance to test these highs, perhaps make a new high. We made a slight new high on Thursday, July 10th, very slight new high, but we were back up here testing once again this very, very important level. Once again, like the Nasdaq, we're going to be looking for early week pullback Sunday night, Monday, and look for a little bit more on the downside. Retest a very important price, 62.72. We've been looking for this in these pullbacks. And once again, as long as we stay closing out daily and weekly above 62.62, and very important 62.48, we will be buyers of pullbacks for another bounce and perhaps another leg higher. This area between 72 down to 48 is critical to any further upside in the near term. If we start closing daily below these levels, then we have a bigger sweep to the downside, and we're on the lookout for that. It is possible. These levels are what prevent that from happening. So any test that you see here, starting at 72, the most important 62, and below that, the absolute safety net, 62.48. Very critical to watch out for pullbacks to these levels. Let's take a look at the Dow. Now we can see here with the Dow, we've applied a little bit of a triple play of specific moving averages that we've got modified here at GTraderPro, and we can see that we've got a moving average cross, so we're certainly bullish. This is a 1 hour chart. This is not a daily chart, but as we can see here, again, like the others, we talked about 45, 160, 145, 170. They achieved that going into the 4th of July, and again, we expected downside out of the YM as we did with the others, and we got that downside once again into Monday before that bounce ensued coming into Thursday. Notice that we could not reestablish a test of the 45 170, 45 200. Very important level here that they could not get back to. So one of the weaker bounces out of the indices was in the YM, and we settled down here. A very quiet day on Friday, settling in this bit of consolidation area. This is very instrumental, going to be very important. We start to lose this level, and I suspect we will early in the week, again, Sunday night, Monday, and come back down to test 44,200, 44,300 certainly. So not a huge decline necessarily, but an important one at that. If this gives way, then we're absolutely going to be looking for 44,000 to be tested, where we will take a hard look at the long side of the Dow, of the YM. But again, coming into the week, our expectations are for further decline. This decline is not over. We can see here that this swing pivot high was weak, and that weakness has got us into this very important consolidation area from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and break out of this consolidation area, which I do suspect is likely to happen, gets us down to these lower levels. So take a watch for that. Lastly, the Russell was really impressive last week, if I may say. We talked specifically about running up to this very important level of 2287. So coming in again to last weekend's video, we talked about decline. Likely that the Russell would initially decline, come back down to test a key area of 2215 to potentially 2205. They firmed here very nicely on the 15, and as we said, that would lead to potentially as high as 22,087, which was achieved. This is a very difficult resistance level, and as such, we've pulled back. Now, if we see early in the week a break of 2246, and the Russell simply is going to once again come back down and test 2215, or at least attempt 2215. So the Russell's in pretty good shape. Obviously, we've got our same three moving averages here still pointing up. No danger there from that perspective, but simply a pullback to retest 2243. Closing out the week on any pullback, as long as we're above 2205 and 2214, we'll look to establish long positions here in the Russell. So once again, stay tuned with us at GTraderPro in our Discord community. Let's take a look at a few other important markets. Been talking a lot about gold over the last 2 weeks, that this was a longer term swing trade with gold above $65. It would ultimately get to $69. $2.24. This is where it is absolutely going. We got very close to it on Tuesday and Wednesday before they pulled back. Notice the pullback did not threaten 65.40. This was a swing position, not for smaller intraday traders. And 69.25, I suspect we'll see that very early in the week, perhaps gap up there Sunday night into Monday and hit that once and for all. That is still intact. We've stayed above $65. That is the forecast. That price will be reached. Gold. We spoke about gold, and we've talked about two important prices. Notice that on declines, we've talked specifically about 32.80 in gold, and holding 32.80 would get us up to 33.80 and then ultimately 34.03. And once again, we did pull back, and this was a buying opportunity. As long as we stay above 32.80, gold would come back up to 33.80. Notice that on Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, we did pull back, and we've rallied again up to Friday to 33.80. Profit target for anyone long in gold, the ultimate next target we should reach this week, 3,400. Lastly, I want to take a look at Bitcoin. Very nice move for holders in Bitcoin, breaking out to new highs. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. That is your new all-time high. This is where Bitcoin is going to go here. Perhaps as early as this week. It may take an extra week or so. 132,000 is the price target for Bitcoin here. I know Bitcoin holders are certainly more optimistic. Longer term, it's going to go much higher, and it likely will. We're just talking about a near-term target for a forecast here over the next week or two. 132 is coming. That's where Bitcoin holders should be looking for that price target. So there's a little bit of a look forward to this coming week, a little wrap up from last week. Again, it was a great week for us at GTraderPro, and hope you'll consider watching and joining. Thanks for watching this video. Appreciate that. Don't forget please to hit like, leave a comment, tell us what you like, tell us what you'd like to see, and so please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join us at GTraderPro. Check out our server on Discord. It is a free server. We post a morning brief every day there. Come check that out. And here on YouTube, we'll be posting a little bit of a sample of that morning brief. That goes out daily to our subscribers about 2 hours before the market opens each and every day. It's been very, very profitable. You'll want to check out that, or check out the video that will be posted later in the week on that subject. So please join the free Discord community. There you'll be able to get access to the morning brief, some additional daily insights, and chat with other traders in the community. And be sure to visit us at GTraderPro.com as well. There you can learn more about what we offer, our one-on-one training, our courses, our incredible Ultra Indicator. You'll want to check that out, and follow us on social media. And I look forward to seeing you in our next video. Have a great upcoming week of trading, and look to see you with us at GTraderPro here in the near future. Thanks for watching.